What does Joe Rogan believe? Does he believe in Jesus? Does he not? What does he think of it all?
In all of this, what do you think of Jesus? Like, in terms of your own, like, journeying and trying to find answers to ultimate questions. What do you think of the historical person of Jesus?
Well, it certainly seems like there's a lot of people that believe that there was this very exceptional human being that existed. So the question is, what does that mean? Does it mean he was the Son of God? Does it mean he was just some completely unique human being that had this vision of humanity and this way of educating people and spreading this ideology that would ultimately change the way human beings interact with each other forever? So what is he the Son of God? Well, are we all? That's another question, right? Do we all have that inside of us? Do we all have that ability to change everything around us inside of us? Do we all have that unique connection to the divine? And is he a representation of the best version of that? Or was he an actual person that was the Son of God? And is it important?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what does it mean? Just the fact that it's a question to ponder is a miracle in itself, in a way. Just the fact that there's this concept of this person that died for our sins as the Son of God, but you have to you have to believe in a bunch of stuff to go that way. Like, just the concept of that is interesting to people, because what it can do to people is offer them a very unique way to change the way they feel about the world itself. And if you do follow that, I know a lot of Christians are hardcore Christians. They're some of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. So it does work. Right? Like, if you do live like a Christian and you do follow the principles of Christ, you will have a richer, more love-filled life. So it is true, right? Atheists, they vary just like Christians vary, but the worst versions of them are essentially believers in the religion of atheism.
Right.
They worship the concept of there being no God, and this is it. When you die, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And that to me is always so arrogant. Just the fact that you exist at all is so bizarre and so spectacular. The idea that you know for sure that when the lights shut out that that's a wrap, like, because there's no evidence of the contrary. Well, okay.
Kind of assuming your conclusion there.
Absence of evidence is not evidence. It's especially when you're talking about something that's as bizarre as death. And especially when you have people that have near-death experiences that are radically similar.
Yeah.
Those are really weird. They're really weird how many similarities people have in these near-death experiences from accidents and all sorts of things that people come back from, where their heart stops beating, they see themselves above their body. There's a lot of weirdness to it that makes you, I just think it's a little silly, because how could you know what you don't know?
Yeah.
You cannot know what you don't know. And the problem is that there's a cachet, that there's a social credit amongst academics in particular that's ascribed to a person who is atheist, a person who he's brilliant, he's not silly, he doesn't believe in myths, I get it. I get why there's social pressure in that regard. I get it. But to not look at the universe itself, just this creation engine of planets and stellar nurseries, just the bizarreness of the epicness of it all, and to not wonder if maybe you have a very narrow perception of what this whole thing is all about.
Yeah. Deny the virgin birth, but not the virgin birth of the universe.
Yeah. Well, all of it, like everything, just the big. There's so many more impressive miracles than any of the things that people think of in the Bible. It's just they're so weird in our day and age that we're not willing to, like. If we want to think that things are very clean and easy to measure, and they often are not. And I think most of what it means to be a human being in a meaningful way is not measurable. Most of it. Love and friendship and community, these things are not very measurable. They're very strange. You know, the bond that people have with their family and their loved ones, and it's very strange.
Yeah.
That love connection, whatever love is, whatever good is, it's a very real thing, and it seems to not exist, certainly not in the volume in other animals that exists in us. There's obviously nurturing in other animals. They nurture their loved ones, but their perception of life and death and all of it is very different than ours. So it leads me to why? Why is our version of life so much more rich and complicated than any other being that exists? And why do we have this insatiable desire to learn and know more?
Yeah.
What is it?
Why does this, however many 3 pounds of gray matter in my brain, why is that able to plummet the intricacies of the universe?
Right.
Right? Like, and I think that's ultimately the questions that we should be asking in terms of, you matter more than you are matter. There's something going on there.
There's something going on with all of us.
Yeah.
We kind of know it and we don't know it, but it's just, you can't measure it and you can't put it on a scale. And so people don't like that.
Yeah.
They don't like that. It makes them feel dumb to believe in that. It makes them feel dumb to even speculate, to even just say, what do you think happens when you die? Like, even that conversation is like, people don't like that. Nothing. It goes dark and that's it. It's over. That's it. You die. Like, how the fuck do you know? Have you died? Like, you don't know.
And you don't know how you can wrap your head around that particular claim.
It matters of consciousness and how we can prove our existence. René Descartes said, Dubito ergo cogito, cogito ergo sum. Meaning, I doubt, therefore I think, and I think, therefore I am. And furthermore, I may add that the more we think, the more we become. For knowledge brings us life, but experience brings us truth. And in short, you can never truly know until you experience. So for however long you have, experience as many things as you possibly can, to meet as many people, to travel as far as you can, to live as many lives as you want, pursue many different talents, many different passions, live life to the fullest so that you may know the highest. For the greatest things in life is not measured, they are treasured. The best things can never be recorded. It can only be felt. No matter how many views you get online, it's not going to matter. Because the only thing that matters is the people who see you in real life. The people who truly get to know you. And that's where life is found. In our shared connections together, our unity, our harmony. That's when everything starts to come alive. And if you ain't alive in that sense, then it's impossible to prove life and anything beyond it. Because God is great. That's his main characteristics. The greatness of God. And if you refuse to be great yourself, then you will miss the mark and fail to see God for what he is. If you live in the mundane, you will never truly see the colors of God, and you'll be forever trapped in the monochrome of life. You must reach for the stars, but in order to achieve the impossible, you must first touch the invisible. So there you go, another episode of The Third Eye. Hope you liked this video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's grow this channel together and build a community of enlightened souls. And this is 30, helping you see life in plain sight. See you in the next one. Peace.